Yo everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a review and a demo of a product which is not new, but it's new to me because it was just sent to me recently by It Cosmetics, so thank you very much, It. And that is the Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer, which is so popular. I have no reason as to why I've never purchased it in the past. Probably just because I've got so much makeup as it is. But anyway, It Cosmetics very kindly sent me 3 different shades because I actually said to them I wasn't sure which ones to pick because there are so many, which is obviously great, but then sometimes it can be a little bit difficult online trying to decide which shade matches you and your specific undertones, and also for what purposes you want it for. Now, if you're like me, I tend to like to use concealer to cover my under eye area, and to be fair, this concealer is called Bye Bye Under Eye, but just because it's called that doesn't mean that you necessarily only have to use it under your eye area to cover dark circles. You can also use it on the face to give extra coverage to any kind of blemishes, marks, spots, that sort of thing. But in this instance, I'm going to be showing it to you guys under my eyes, as well as highlighting the high points of my face, which is what I tend to use concealer for. Personally, I prefer to use more full coverage foundations so that I don't have to layer it up by using concealer on my face. So this retails at £25, which is a little bit on the pricey side. However, that's kind of in line with a lot of It Cosmetics products. One of the things that I love about It Cosmetics in particular is because it's a makeup and skincare brand, but their makeup is also skincare as well as makeup. So they put a lot of ingredients in there that are there to not only give you the kind of effect that you get from using different types of makeup, but it's also there to take care of your skin, which is excellent. Now, altogether there are 24 shades, which is quite vast, and there are a variety of different undertones as well. Now for me, I've got very warm undertones, which is what I told them, and then they sent me 3 shades, which comes one after each other in the medium range, and that are the shades 21.0 medium tan warm, 22.0 medium golden warm, as well as 23.5 medium amber. So I've got 3 different shades to show you guys. I'm going to swatch them all on my hands just so that you guys can see how they work with each other, try and determine what your shade may potentially be, and then I'll obviously use the ones which I tend to prefer to use on my face. Personally, I can actually get away with using all 3 of these shades, which is great, but then again, obviously it depends on whether you like concealer under your eyes to brighten and highlight, or if you like it to just cover up your dark circles, meaning that you don't want any kind of extra highlightiness under your eyes, you just kind of want it to match your skin tone, etc. So it comes in a standard cardboard box, which is great, and it's covered with a variety of different types of information. It comes in an easy to use squeezy tube, and I don't know about you guys, I'm so spoiled and so used to using concealers which have got a doe foot applicator that when it came back to using an old school one like this, which is kind of squeeze out onto your hands, I was like but it just comes in a very easy to use tube, and you just squeeze it out and then use it with a brush, or you can use it with your fingers. For my video today, I'll be using it with my fingers because that's how I tend to personally use it myself. Now on the box it says that it's full coverage, anti-aging, waterproof concealer. It also says that it's been developed with plastic surgeons and dermatologists, clinically tested and cruelty free. It says that it's anti-aging and skin loving. It contains hydrolyzed collagen, peptides, hyaluronic acid and antioxidants. Collagen is something that the body naturally produces, and it gives kind of a plumping effect to the skin, but the older you get, the less the collagen is produced by the body, and that's how you get things like fine lines, wrinkles, sallowness to the face, sinking of the face and other parts of your body, but mostly the face. So when you have products like that, it gives an extra oomph to your skin, which it loves. And then containing hyaluronic acid basically means that it is delivering up to 1000% more moisture to your skin than a normal moisturizer would give. So having that under your eye area, both of those things, is absolutely excellent. I love to use hyaluronic acid as part of my everyday skincare routine, and I apply it under my eye area as well. It keeps it from getting dry, because your under eye areas can get very dry because the skin there is incredibly fine. So having something like hyaluronic acid in your concealer is great because it keeps it hydrated and moisturized throughout the day. So I'm just going to read what it says from their website and then let you know what my thoughts are. So it says, Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer is your water resistant, highly pigmented, long lasting coverage concealer infused with skin loving ingredients. This concealer improves the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, helping your skin to appear younger and effectively conceals the look of skin imperfections, including dark circles and discoloration. And that obviously explains all the key benefits of the product as well. And personally, I would say that I agree with it all 100%. I think it is an absolutely excellent concealer. I've been using it every day since they sent it to me. I've been using it up to about 7 days, I would say. It feels absolutely amazing on the skin. It is really full coverage, and I love that about this. A little bit goes a really long way. It's got a very creamy, almost emollient type of texture to it that makes me feel like I'm applying skincare or a very thick moisturizer under my eyes. It's almost got a slight greasy feel to it. However, when I blend it out, it blends out so easily, so seamlessly and flawlessly. There's no patchiness or dragging or anything like that. It doesn't oxidize, it doesn't dry out under the eyes, but you must set it because it has got that emollient kind of texture. If you don't set it, it will settle with any fine lines you've got or even create fine lines. So make sure that you always set it with any kind of setting powder. I will be using my Anastasia Beverly Hills loose setting powder in the shade Banana in today's video. Once I remove the powder, it is up to 16, 17, even 18 hours. To be fair, I have not seen any movement, any crepiness, any flakiness, any patchiness, any movement of it until I've actually removed it altogether. So I can't even say to you guys it lasts up to 24 hours because in all fairness, it has lasted up until I have removed my makeup before I've gone to bed every night. So it's absolutely beautiful. Water resistant, yep, worn it in the rain, not come off or moved. Conceals all dark circles. I've got a little bit of dark circles under my eyes. It looks great. It mixes and blends quite well with my foundation. I've had my foundation on for about half an hour or so, I'd say, but it will blend nicely into the foundation without moving it, tugging at it, or making it patchy or blotchy. I really love the coverage of this as well. It looks really nice and natural. And for those of you that have any kind of dark circles and also want to use products which have got skincare within it to help with the dark circles, to help with any anti-aging and that sort of thing, you will definitely love this concealer. So what I'm going to do quickly now before I apply these ones to my face is I'm going to swatch all 3 of these for you guys just so that you can see what they look against my medium skin tone. I've got no tan at the moment. I'm completely pale. And in IT Cosmetics CC foundation, I think I use the shade medium tan, but that's more of a summer shade for me. So I'm not actually sure what my winter shade might be, sorry. So this is the first shade, 21.0 medium tan warm. As you can see, it's quite pale for me, maybe a little bit too pale for me, but it's very thick, very creamy. You can see how it's shiny. It really does feel kind of like, not gooey, but it's very thick in texture and very emollient. Okay, this next shade is 22.0 medium golden warm. This is actually the one that I have been using on my face. If you can see in comparison to the one below seems to be, even though it's warm tone, it's still got a hint of neutrality to it, whereas I've got very warm undertones. So this one works really nice as my under eye concealer. I could still mix it with that one, but just using on its own, I tend to prefer this one. And then the one at the top is 23.5 medium amber warm. And here you can see that it is very warm, but it's maybe a little bit more neutral than the one in the middle. I would definitely say the one in the middle on my skin tone against my skin color shows up very warm in comparison to this one. I think if you were a little bit darker than me, you could probably get away with wearing this one. But I just wanted to show you guys what all 3 of them look like against each other. It's so funny that I've just wiped it off my hands just with a tissue. My hand feels really soft, like I've had some sort of moisturizer run over it. That's how this concealer feels under the eyes. You really get that impression that while you're wearing it throughout the day, it's actually taking care of your under eye area as well. So when you remove your makeup, it actually looks really nice and feels really soft under the eyes. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to now do my demo using the shade 22.0 medium golden W in brackets. And I'm going to use this with my ring finger and just dab it on. A little bit goes a really long way. You only need a very small amount to kind of spludge it out and blend it out under your eyes. This is incredibly pigmented, so you don't actually need to apply that much at all. And then I'm going to set it with the Anastasia powder, as I have said. And what I will be blending it out with is this freshly washed Real Techniques beauty sponge. And then I'm going to use the slightly lighter shade, which is 21.0 medium tan, and I'm just going to highlight the high points of my face. Okay, so there you go. The concealer is done and it is set. It does look a little bit pale-ish on camera, but please bear in mind that's not the concealer, that's more so to do with the fact that my powder is quite light, but it'll settle down in a few minutes once it's kind of set on the face. And the reason that I used the lighter shade, which is 21 medium tan, to highlight the high points of my face was just to show you guys that even if you aren't always able to get the exact shade, you can still make it work. It blends with your foundation and it's perfectly fine. You cannot tell the difference between me using one shade to another shade on my face when it all kind of blends together. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to finish off the rest of my makeup, then I'm going to come back so that you guys can see how it works with the rest of the makeup. But for now it feels lovely and soft. I cannot see any kind of movement, any kind of patchiness. There's no accentuation of lines or anything like that, and I think it looks great. So I will be back in a moment. Okay, I am back. The rest of my makeup is complete. On my lips, just FYI, I'm wearing Colourpop's Wild Nothing Ultra Matte Lip. So anyway, so here is the concealer all complete with the rest of my makeup is done. It looks beautiful. Everything is nicely covered. It feels lovely and soft under the eyes. It doesn't feel drying at all. It feels hydrated as well as covering my dark circles that I've got and giving a really nice, flawless, very natural looking finish. It doesn't look awful. It doesn't look stark or anything like that. And overall, I'm really, really happy with this concealer. So that's it for my review. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.